Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Bills.
Frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Oh, he faked him with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Hurry up, here we go.
They try again with Cohen. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. About 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
second down following the run.
Here we go now. Green,
Now a handoff as they run left side. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Back it up. Here we go. Boom, landed.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run for the first time with Jeremy Langford. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, 4th cover.
Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll set up a throw. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. 3rd down here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Complete to Gavin Escobar, the tight end. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 55 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They run. This is Cohen, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. 3rd and goal. Can the offense punch it in here from the 1? And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And they give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This is taken around the 12. Spins away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Now Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Shaq Lawson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jacob Shum now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now they'll run it here off tackle. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Again, it's Cohen. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. This is Cohen. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And they give this time to the tailback. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Bills on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The Bills on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down.
Hurry up, here we go.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. All right, here we go. Boom, watch it now, Barty. Hey, you got three. Back down, Philly, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm doing
it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Bills on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Detroit! Here we go!
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. This is Langford on 1st and 10. And, oh, now it's out. Langford loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. So that'll back them up 5. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here's Jacob Shum now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green.
To throw is Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carroll. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
On third down, Jeremy Langford. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to break up fourth. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Caught here by Conley. And it's a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And the lead is up to 5. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Tyreek Hill set to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now they try the right side here. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Switch it up here and look to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2, try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Garoppolo. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays. And they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory. In motion, Hill. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot.
Looking to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right. Now a handoff working right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And some room to work. 20. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Bills on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there at 22. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Morton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there at 22. Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Garoppolo to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats.